Hi, I'm Kathy Bechtel of Italiaoutdoors Food and Wine. Today we're making cheese and chive ravioli with our own homemade pasta dough. In this bowl I'm combining a cup of ricotta cheese with a cup and a half of grated Parmesan cheese, some chopped chives, lemon zest, and a beaten egg. So now our filling is completed and we're ready to stuff our pastas and make our ravioli. So here I have the homemade pasta sheets that we made earlier, and I take one and I lay it out on the counter, and we're going to kind of eyeball, we're going to form stuffed squares. So what I'm doing is folding in half and kind of figuring out what size my ravioli is going to be. So here are my squares that I'm forming, marking them with a little cut with my knife. I unfold the pasta and I take a little spoonful of filling and I place it right in the center of each of the squares. Just like so. And in order to make sure that there's a nice tight seal, I do a little egg wash. If your pasta sheets are really fresh and moist, you may not need to do this, but I like to just make sure. You want them to seal them nice and tight so the filling doesn't leak out while you're cooking. So on each of the four sides of each square, I've got a little bit of egg wash. I fold the sheet over and I pinch around each ball of dough. You want to try and squeeze out as much air as possible. Again, trapped air in your ravioli will also make them explode. It could make them explode a little bit while you cook. So there I've got my ravioli formed, and I just cut them apart with a knife, or you can get a fancy pasta cutter to do this as well and give it a nice ruffly edge. And then I'd like to trim off the rough edges on this side. And there we go. Give it one more pinch and then put it on a sheet pan with some semolina flour on it. Now if you're not going to eat these right away, you can place the sheet pan in the freezer just like that and freeze your raviolis. And once they're good and hard in the freezer, you can take them off of the sheet pan and put them in a resealable plastic bag. The thing is, when you do that, when you freeze them, when you go to cook them, you don't want to defrost them. You want to cook them frozen. So there we go. We continue with the rest of our pasta sheets and make up our batch of ravioli. We've got our ravioli over here at the stove, and we're going to make a nice tomato red pepper sauce to serve it in. I'm putting about 2 tablespoons of olive oil in a pan. I've got it over a medium-high heat, and I'm going to add 1 diced red pepper. And we're going to let that saute a little bit. And as I usually recommend, as we saute our vegetables or make any sauce or anything on the stove, we season as we go. So I'm going to season with a little bit of salt and a little bit of pepper. And this is going to cook for about 5 minutes or so. We're just going to let the pepper get a little bit soft and maybe start to brown a little bit. And then we're going to add 2 cups of tomato sauce. In the meantime, our pasta water is coming to boil. I'm going to take off the lid, and I'm going to add some salt to the pasta water, just a little bit. The ravioli are going to cook up quite quickly, so we're going to put them in as soon as the sauce is ready to go, since they're going to cook so fast. They're fresh, and they'll only take a couple of minutes to cook. I'm going to add our ravioli to our boiling pasta water. These will cook quite quickly because they're nice and fresh. Our ravioli are done, so we're going to plate them up and serve them. I'm going to fish them out. They've kind of floated to the top. We're going to put them in on our plate. Top them with a little bit of our red pepper tomato sauce. Sprinkle a little Parmesan cheese. And we're done. This is Kathy Bechtel from Italiaoutdoors Food and Wine, and we've made cheese chive ravioli with a tomato red pepper sauce.